Let's start with a quote. The earth is what we all have in common by Wendell Berry. Good day everyone and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. That quote reminds us that no matter who we are, we share the same planet and it is our responsibility to protect it. We are Group 12 and today we will be reporting about environmental awareness. I'm Zahira Alvina Eitaha and together with my group mates, Sokol Faika Serikit and Sumagka Alvin Sahid, we will discuss the meaning and importance of environmental awareness, the human impacts on the environment, and the solutions and advocacies we can do to protect our planet. So now let's start with the meaning of environmental awareness. Environmental awareness is the understanding of environmental issues and the knowledge of how human actions affect the natural world. It emphasizes the importance of taking responsibility to protect and preserve the environment for present and the future generations. So, sa madaling salita, yung environmental awareness daw is kung paano natin or kung paano tayo nagkakaroon ng knowledge about sa nangyayari sa ating kalikasan and kung paano natin naaapektuhan ito sa pamamagitan ng ginagawa nating mga tao. And it's very important kasi dito nagsisimula yung pag-alam natin sa mga responsibilities natin para alagaan yung mundo. Hindi lang para sa ngayon, kundi para na rin sa mga next generations. So for example, kapag alam natin or alam ng isang tao na ang plastic ay hindi nabubulok, mas pipiliin or pipilitin niya yung sarili niyang gumamit ng reusable bag para makatulong sa kalikasan. Kumbaga, may alam na siya, may knowledge na siya about sa pag-protect sa kalikasan. So here naman is makikita natin yung importance of environmental awareness. Nakasulat dito na helps individual make eco-friendly decisions. Number 2, encourages sustainable practices in communities. Number 3, protects natural resources and biodiversity. Number 4, promotes responsibility towards future generations. Number 5, the last one is the supports global actions against climate change. So, mahalaga yung environmental awareness kasi yun yung nagiging guide natin or guide nating mga tao para gumawa ng mga tamang decisions. Halimbawa, kung aware tayo na yung sobrang paggamit ng kuryente ay nakaka-contribute sa carbon emissions, natututo tayong magtipid sa paggamit natin ng ating mga appliances. Next one here is the common environmental issues. So, ang first talaga dito ay yung climate change, yung pag-increase ng global temperature, stronger typhoons, and sea level rise. Pangalawa is yung pollution, yung air, smoke from vehicles, yung water, waste dumping, yung sa land naman, yung improper garbage disposal. Next one is the deforestation, yung pagkakat natin ng mga trees for lodging and land conversion, leading to loss of habitat. Next one is the waste problem, yung plastic pollution and improper waste management. Wala tayong alam sa segregate ng mga basura. So next one or the last one here is the loss of biodiversity or yung extinction of plants and animals. So marami tayong kinakaharap na problems or yung mga environmental issues ngayon tulad din ng mga sinabi ko kanina, yung climate change na nagiging dahilan ng malalakas na bagyo, wala nang humaharang sa mga bagyo, and yung pollution mula sa usok ng mga sasakyan natin, at yung mga basurang hindi natatapon sa tamang lugar, and also yung deforestation, kung saan nawawala yung mga puno na nakakaapekto hindi lang sa mga tao, kundi pati na rin sa mga hayop na naninirahan sa lugar na yon. So, the next one here is the role of individuals and communities, kung ano ba yung nararapat natin malaman. For the individuals, practice the 3 R's, yung reduce, reuse, and recycle. Conserve water and energy. Use eco-friendly products. Ito naman yung dapat natin malaman yung, kung ano yung role natin as an individual. Sarili lang natin. Habang yung sa communities naman, yung organize cleanup drives, promote environmental education, and implement eco-friendly policies. Ito naman is yung pangmaramihan. So, makikita pa lang natin dito pa lang is makikita na natin na bawat isa pala sa atin ay may role. Hindi lang na group tayo kasi bawat isa sa atin ay may pananagutan sa kalikasan. Like pwede tayo mag-umpisa sa mga simpleng pagbabawas lang ng mga plastic o di kaya pagtitipid ng tubig o yung pagre-recycle. Ito yung pinaka-importante. So sa mga community naman, pwede tayong gumawa ng mga tree planting at cleanup drives para mas marami yung ma-involve ng mga tao and ma-encourage silang kung paano protektahan yung kalikasan. So, may mga barangay, for example, may mga barangay na nagbabawal na ng mga single-use plastics. Isa yun siya sa pinakamagandang halimbawa ng community efforts para sa kalikasan. So, in conclusion, environmental awareness is the foundation of protecting our planet by understanding its meaning, yung mga importance, and the common issues na kinakaharap natin. Yung mga individuals and communities can take responsibility in building a sustainable future. So yung awareness is the first step towards action, and even small efforts, yung mga pagre-reduce natin ng waste, conserving resources, and participating in community initiatives can create a big impact in addressing today's environmental challenges.
Good day everyone, I am Magbin Sayed Pendes Sumagka, Group 12, and I am a second presenter. So my assigned topic is the human impact on the environment. So alam nyo ba guys, is malaking epekto talaga ng tao sa environment natin. Yung tatlong main cause na dapat nating tandaan is yung industrialization, urbanization, and overconsumption. So, number one dito is the cause of the environmental degradation is yung nabanggit ko kanina na industrialization. So, kapag daw dumami ang factories at industries, is mas daw dumadami rin yung pollution. So, imaginein, halos lahat daw ng gamit natin is cellphone, damit, pagkain, is dumadaan siya sa proseso ng manufacturing. Pero kapalit daw nito is sobrang daming waste at pusok na napupunta sa hangin at sa tubig. Kaya may tendency na nagkakaroon tayo ng sakit and then or sipon or ubo. So the second is urbanization. So ito naman siya is yung mabilis na paglaki ng mga syudad. So sa daming trees na pinuputol is para daw gawing subdivision, malls at kalsada. So nagiging resulta nito is bawas yung mga green spaces at naging dami yung mga basura daw sa mga lungsod. So dito kasi sa kay urbanization is makikita rin natin ito is the reality niya is yung ginawa sa KCC. So madaming mga bahay na nawala and then yung mga puno doon is pinutol. So the third is the overconsumption. At yung overconsumption na ito naman yung sobrang paggamit natin ng mga resources. So example is sobrang paggamit natin ng kuryente, tubig, pati na yung single-use plastic na kung isipin natin is konti lang tayo kumpara sa nature. Pero grabe yung impact ng lifestyle natin. So kasi sa atin kasi is pa yung mga basura kasi parang hindi natin siya minsan kasi yung may mga tao talaga na hindi nila talaga na tinatapon sa tama yung basura, yung mga basura kasi kaya may tendency na may mga kanal na nababara dahil sa mga basura na natatapon doon. So sa next of the environmental degradation and yung effects of health, biodiversity and climate change. So dito naman po sa kay so the effect ng is yung health natin. So dahil doon sa pollution is madami nagkakasakit. Yung may ubo, hika and then yung sakit sa puso and yung maruming tubig na naging sanhi ng diarrhea and cholera and iba pa. So di ba kapag hindi malinis yung paligid natin is may tendency na nagkakasakit tayo it because of doon sa mga basura na tinatapon. So, second is the biodiversity. So, maraming mga animals na nawawala kasi nasisira yung mga tirahan nila. So, like example, kapag pinutol natin yung mga puno. So, di natin alam na meron pala nakakatira doon ng mga ibon or basta. So, deforestation, nagdudulot siya ng extinction ng mga ilang species. Yung sabi ko kanina, yung kapag pinutol natin, hindi natin alam yung pinutol pala natin na kawis, meron palang nakatira doon na ibon. So second is the climate. So tapos yung climate change naman is obvious na mas mainit, mas malakas yung bagyo, may biglang mga drought, and tapos may maya-maya may mga flood naman. So all connected sa sobrang dami ng carbon emission. So dito kasi is climate change, once kasi na mga pinutol natin yung mga puno, is may tendency na mag-drop yung lupa. So like example, yung dito sa amin is merong ginawang kalsada dyan sa bundok. So nung nagkabagyo yung Paeng, is lahat ng part dun sa kalsada is nasira because of the yung nabawasan yung parang binawasan yung lupa, and then pinutol yung mga kahoy. So ang nangyari, naging landslide. Tapos ngayon hindi na masyado madaanan yung kalsada dahil sa yun, konti lang yung natira. So the third is the yung real life example sa human impact of the environment. So dito sa atin sa Pilipinas is obvious na deforestation, di ba, yung country natin. Kasi minsan kasi is kinukuhanan ng lupa, like example sa Sierra Madre, and then yung sa pollution sa Petro Manila, and dahil daw sa traffic and factories. So tama naman, kasi doon kasi sa Maynila is madami doon is wala na masyadong puno kasi puro mga building. So may tendency na yung nalalanghap natin ng mga hangin is madudumi na because of the because of pollution na ginais sa mga dahil sa mga usok, and then tapos yung overfishing coastal area, yung mga area na madaming usok kasi tapos yun. So second is the global, ito naman siya sa ibang bansa, is a globally sa Amazon rainforest. So sa sobrang laki ng deforestation is para sa agriculture sa China. So sa China at sa India, sa sobrang lala daw ng air pollution doon is halos hindi na makita yung langit. At syempre yung plastic, mga plastic, imagine is meron ng Green Pacific garbage patch na halos kasing laki ng ilang bansa. Kasi dito kasi sa Amazon is ito na yung pinaka malaki na para siyang bundok siya, tapos green, madami siya. Ito yung pinagkukuhanan ng mga kahoy. So kinakalbo yung tapos binibenta siya. Kaya minsan madalas nasisira yung nila, yung mga bundok nila, because yun yung pinagkukuhanan ng mga kahoy. So that's all po, and wait lang, meron pa siyang closing. So clear naman, di ba, na lahat ng ginagawa natin na industrialization, urbanization, at overconsumption is nakaka-affect siya, hindi lang sa environment, is pati na rin sa atin mismo. Kaya kung gusto nating magkaroon ng mas healthy na future is kailangan natin ng maging sustainable lifestyle at collective action. So that's all, everyone. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Faika Sirikit Sukol, and I will be the last reporter for this topic. Now, i-discuss ko naman ang solution and advocacy for environmental protection. So basically, ito yung mga ways kung paano natin pwedeng tulungan si Mother Earth, from global efforts down to our daily habits. Okay, let's start with global agreements. Una na dyan ay ang Paris Agreement 2015. This is a 2015 climate treaty aiming to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius up to 2 degrees Celsius. So itong treaty na to, goal niya na hindi masyadong uminit yung Earth, kaya countries really need to work together to reduce pollution. For example, yung mga bansa na nagre-reduce ng carbon emission, this helps keep the planet from heating up too fast. Pangalawa is yung Sustainable Development Goals or yung SDGs. These are 17 UN goals for global sustainable development by 2030. Parang ito yung global checklist ng mga dapat ayusin. From social issues, economy, and syempre yung environmental problems. For example, yung SDG on climate action. This encourages countries to strengthen their environmental programs. So, ayan yung global side ng action. Ngayon, tignan naman natin kung ano yung ginagawa dito sa Pilipinas. Sa Philippine Environmental Laws, meron tayong Clean Air Act or yung RA 8749. This law sets standards and regulation to protect and improve air quality in the Philippines. Basically, may rules tayo para malinis yung hangin at hindi sobrang polluted. For example, yung pagmumulta sa mga nagbubuga ng makakapal na usok na sasakyan, this helps lessen harmful air pollutants. Pangalawa is yung Ecological Solid Waste Management Act or yung RA 9003. This law provides the national framework for proper waste management, including segregation, recycling, and landfill guidelines. Ito yung law na nagsaset ng guidelines para maayos yung pag-handle ng basura sa communities. For example, dito, kapag gumagamit tayo ng segregated trash bins, di ba mas organize yung basura at mas madaling i-manage. Pangatlo is yung Climate Change Act or yung RA 9729. This law institutionalizes climate change adaptation and mitigation, and it also creates the Climate Change Commission or yung CCC. Itong law na to helps the Philippines prepare for climate impacts and create long-term solution. For example, yung mga project na nagpo-protect sa coastal areas, diba? This helps make the community more resilient laban sa tumataas na sea levels. So, may laws tayo helping protect the environment. Pero syempre, diba, may role din tayo sa everyday actions natin. At dito na papasok ang sustainable practices. First is yung 3 R's, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Sa reduce, it minimizes generated waste. Ang idea dito is bawasan na agad yung basura before pa siya ma-produce. For example, bringing a tumbler instead of buying bottled water. This helps reduce yung single-use plastic waste. Pangalawa is yung reuse. Use items again instead of discarding. So, instead na itapon agad, try muna natin gamitin ulit or i-repurpose. For example, yung turning old shirts into rugs. Diba? This makes the item useful again. Then, yung recycle. Convert waste into new products. Ito yung pag-transform ng items para maging bago at useful ulit. For example, kapag gumawa tayo ng eco bricks from plastic bottles, nakakatulong ito na mabawasan yung basura sa landfills. So, malaking tulong talaga yung 3 R's, pero meron pa tayong ibang sustainable options, katulad ng renewable energy. Ito yung energy from naturally replenished sources like sun, wind, water, and geothermal. It's a cleaner alternative to fossil fuels, and it also reduces carbon emissions. Itong type ng energy, mas clean siya and hindi siya madaling maubos, kaya mas safe for the environment in the long term. For example, yung mga bahay na gumagamit ng solar panels, diba? This helps lessen dependence on fossil fuels. Aside from cleaner energy sources, important din yung daily habits natin. Katulad ng eco-friendly lifestyle, diba? Ito yung making conscious choices to lessen environmental impact. Ito yung mga simpleng decisions everyday na nakakatulong para mas bumaba yung environmental footprint natin. For example, yung pagbabike na lang or walking for short distances. No, ito yung nakakatulong siya para ma-reduce yung carbon emissions from transportation. Pero 'di ba, mas malakas ang impact kapag buong community yung gumagalaw together. Dito na papasok yung community actions. It is a collective effort to address local environmental issues. These are group activities na ginagawa ng community para mas maging malinis at healthy yung surroundings. For example, yung mga barangay clean-up drives. Diba? This creates a cleaner and safer environment for everyone. And syempre, kailangan din natin ng support ng education, youth, at media para mas lumawak yung awareness. Sa education, schools and university promote eco-friendly initiatives. Diba yung mga schools, they teach students to be more eco-aware and encourage green programs. For example, yung mga campus recycling programs, this helps build good environmental habits early. Diba? Habang maaga, tinuturuan na agad yung mga students kung paano ingatan ang environment. Pangalawa is yung youth participation. Ito yung join environmental groups and campaigns, then lead community project and advocacy drive. Malaki yung role natin as youth kasi tayo yung mabilis gumalaw and mabilis maka-influence. For example, yung leading tree planting activities, diba? This inspires more people to join environmental projects. Pangatlo is yung media influence. Social media spreads environmental awareness. Media makes it easier to share information and encourage people to participate. For example, dito yung mga hashtag na Earth Hour post, no? This motivates communities to join global environmental movements. So, that's it. Those are some solutions and ways we can advocate for environmental protection. Remember, maliit man or malaki yung ating contribution, lahat tayo ay may papel na ginagampanan para sa ating environment. And that's all for my report. Thank you so much for listening.